Inshallah, today we are going to talk about the zakah of urud at-tijara, zakah on items intended for trade, for business, how to calculate the zakah of your business. First of all, zakah in trade goods, zakah on trade goods is obligatory according to the four madhab. Okay, according to the four madhab, zakah on business is mandatory. Okay, but for the things, for the items that not intended for trade, you have personal belongings, properties, cars, or whatever. If your intention not to do business with these things, there is no zakah on it. So zakah is only mandatory on trade goods that intended for trade. And it's a condition for zakah on trade goods that the owner must intend them for trade at the time of acquisition, from the beginning. Once he purchases the item, his intention is to do business with it. So that's the first condition. Or later, that's based on three madhab. Or later on. So in the beginning, he bought it just for himself. But after 1 month or 2 months, he said, well, I think it's a good business. I'm gonna do business with these things. Once your intention is to do business with this item, you must calculate your zakah on it. Got it?
They're like, now I'm driving this for Uber. How does zakah work for this?
Okay. At the end of the year, you don't calculate the thing that you own, but you don't trade in. Like your car, you work with your car, you don't calculate the car. Or you have a house, okay, and you don't do business with houses. You have only one house, but you rent it. So, or you offer this house for renting. So the zakah is mandatory for the money that you gain, not the item itself. So at the end of the year, you see how much money do you have, and 2.5 of it, that's the zakah, not the item itself. So for your example, there is no zakah on the car. If you work as Uber with your car, there is no zakah on your car. You don't calculate it. Just the money that you have at the end of the year. And again, as we explained before, forget about the money that you already spent. Forget about it. At the end of the year, you see how much money do you have and pay its zakah. Okay. And if you bought something to trade, yes, when you bought these things, this house, for example, your intention is to do business with it. I'm gonna fix it, then I'll sell it. So your intention is to do business with this house. Khalas, the zakah is mandatory. But few months later, you see the house is good, and you said, Wallahi, I think it's good for me and my family. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna use it for me. I'll not sell it. Once you have this intention, zakah is no longer mandatory upon this house. So for anything that you use, there is no zakah on it. Is that, alhamdulillah, clear? Okay. Then how to calculate the zakah? As we said, you see the things only you trade in. You see the gold, the stocks at the end of the year. At the end of the year, the day of zakat should be calculated before to be ready to pay on that day. You see how much money do you have? The gold, the silver, the stocks, all the money that you have, and you must pay its zakah.
How about the women? They're using not pure gold. They use and they keep.
What do you think?
I'm asking you.
But we already explained.
I know, I forgot. That's why
Okay.
Actually, there is a big confusion for the last explanation that you did about the
About this question?
No, about the strong.
خلاص, let us يعني finish this question first. Yes, for the jewelry, the things that women use, if they use it, there is no zakah on it. Okay? If they save it and they do business with it, zakah is mandatory. Okay? And we said there is dispute between the scholars, but we chose this opinion. Okay? We just explained. At the end of the year, you see how much money did you collect, and you pay its zakah, only the money that you have. Some scholars, they said you can pay your zakah monthly. So every month when you receive the amount, you pay its zakah. Okay, some scholars, they said that. But what I choose is at the end of the year, you see that money that you calculated from this house and from any other business, from gold, silver, stocks, all the money that you have, and you pay its zakah one time. And your question is regarding the stones, this is by forma, that by ijma', not by consensus.
No, it's a big debate about.
It's not my business. Okay, we're talking
So
about.
I'm asking you, so if I sell the gold and end up getting diamond
Uh-huh.
and keep it, so there's no zakat.
Yes, there is no zakah. By ijma', by consensus. This is not my opinion. There is no zakah. If you have diamond, okay, there is no zakah on diamond. Okay. And one of the condition is, of course, to reach the nisab, the minimum amount of zakah, the nisab. And every time I'm asking you to memorize this word, nisab, the minimum amount of zakah. And we said before, the nisab is how much money? Nisab, the minimum amount of zakah. Once you reach this amount, zakah is mandatory upon you.
85
Equal to 85 gram of gold, or 595 silver. And we when we calculate it was just for silver, it was like 600, just $600. That's the nisab. It's one of the condition. And one of the condition is passages the full lunar year. And we emphasize lunar year. Then, for example, if someone has a business in a factory or in a big building, when he calculates the zakah, the machines are not included. Okay, when you calculate your zakah, the machines are not calculated. You don't count it. The buildings, the property, all of these things, you don't calculate it. There is no zakah on it. Okay, because you don't do business with the building. Okay, we don't do business with the machines. You don't sell the machines. You sell the product. So the zakah is mandatory only upon the things that you have already. Okay. For the raw materials, zakah is mandatory also because you do business with it. And there is a debate between the scholar regarding this upcoming question. Should we calculate the zakah based on the wholesale price or the selling price? You see? How do you calculate your zakah? Based on, I have, mashallah, a lot of products, a lot of goods. But now I want to calculate, I want to see the money to pay the zakah. The zakah should be calculated on the whole sell price or selling price.
Wholesale price.
Wholesale?
How much it costs?
No, we don't calculate it based on that. So forget about the money that you paid for this product. Forget about it, because you might calculate it for $1, and its price now in the market is 1,000. That's its price in the market. Okay?
But I didn't sell it yet.
No, but you have. If you want to sell it, you're gonna sell it. If you want to sell it, that's its price. You know exactly like what? Like the properties that you do business with it. It's يعني, for example, you bought a house for 100,000. Okay, but now it cost يعني its price is 1 million. So when you calculate the zakah, you calculate based on the price that you bought the house with, or based on its price in the market right now. Got it? Okay. So, what do you think?
It's very hard to determine the price because if you have a property.
No, it's very easy nowadays to know the price.
It's an estimate.
An estimate, okay. But you can. But you cannot. What I'm saying is forget about the money that you bought this product with. Forget about it. One of two things. The wholesale price, forget about the house. Now I'm going to answer the house and the properties. But now for the products, should be calculated on the wholesale price or selling price. So what many scholars chose is should be on the wholesale price. Okay. And some of them, they said it's on selling price. If you want to be on the safe side, take the other one. If you want to be on the safe side, okay, on the selling price. And regarding the properties, regarding the houses, yes, it should be calculated on its price in the market right now. Okay, go ahead.
Let's say a brother have $30,000 sitting on the side because whatever the problem he has, he's got 30,000 sitting on the
Okay.
side for emergency,
Okay.
training day, whatever. So that brother keep paying $1,000 or 2,000 every zakah he pays every year.
If you save money,
No, it's not for saving; it's for rainy day. It's for emergency.
okay, it's saving.
So it's still.
It's saving.
So
If you save 10,000, okay, the zakah is mandatory on this amount every year. And العلماء, Islamically, العلماء, they have a term, they say تأكلها الزكاة. الزكاة will eat your money. Keep it, save it. You're free to save it, but zakah will eat it. So what is the other option? Yalla, go ahead and do business with your money. Got it? Okay. So to encourage people, to urge people to do business, to be brave, not to save it. For the partnership, if you have a partner, you're not responsible for his zakah. Everyone is responsible for his share. Okay. And the last thing is, when you pay the zakat, you pay cash, money, or it can be goods from your business. So your business is clothes. Now, if you want to pay zakat, can you give it to the poor as clothes, or you must give it to them as money, cash? So calculate the money, you calculate the goods and you give them money. What do you think?
You can do
Both?
both.
Sure? Okay, according to the majority of the scholars, zakah should be cash, money, okay? Except for Hanbali madhab and Sheikh Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, they said if for the time of necessity, for a necessity, for a need, and you have no money, all what you have is just clothes, there is no money, that's the only thing I have, so you can give it to them as clothes. Okay, but by consensus, all of them, they said it's okay to give it cash. And the majority, Hanafi and Shafi'i and Maliki, they said it's mandatory upon you to give it to them cash. But Hanbali school, they said for a necessity, for a need, it could be given to them as products. Very good. Okay, alhamdulillah, we're done with the lecture today. If you have any question.